Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garn Report. Celtics losers, 111-103.
Damn, Bobby, coming in hot. I guess you're right. You're right. We're just flat out calling them losers, but all right, that's what they are.
It's technically true. They're going to a Game 7 against the Heat because of a lackluster first half again, an early first quarter deficit that felt reminiscent of Game 5. Celtics got away with a lot of their turnovers in Game 5. This time they turned over 18 times. Heat, a menace in transition, none more dangerous than Jimmy Butler, who scores 47 on his own and produces 15 threes for the Heat, a couple from himself as well. He hit 3 in that first half on his first 3 tries, which he hadn't done since the Atlanta series. So he was on fire here in a devastating way. Max Strus had a big 3 late. You also had an unexpected performance from Kyle Lowry, who hit a big 3 late to tie it after the Celtics took a lead. 2 free throws to go ahead.
I felt like he was limping.
The Celtics
in the first
were
half.
chasing from there. Yeah,
it was unreal. I mean, listen, the heart and soul of this Miami Heat team, it clearly lies in between those two guys, in my opinion, Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry, it seemed like he was playing on one foot, like the way he was scoring in the first half and the way he was attacking the rim. I'm like, I don't think he's going to have much left by the fourth quarter, but that obviously wasn't the case because he came right back with it. And the same thing could be said about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler played essentially the entire game in this one, and throughout that fourth quarter there was spurts where you thought, he's going to have to slow down here. At some point he's going to have to slow down a bit because he's doing it on both ends. But
he sprinted through the finish line.
He sprinted to the very end. So it's going to be interesting to see how much he has left in Game 7, how much is adrenaline he's riding on at this point, because that seemed to be the case in that fourth quarter between those two guys.
Yeah, those guys having the energetic edge at the end was surprising there. And the Celtics did make big plays. A couple threes from Horford and White in a 2-man game gave them that lead. Lowry ties it. They go ahead. Celtics tie it, and in a great sequence, White rushes back into the backcourt here after the Celtics miss, steals the ball from Lowry, gets it to Brown. Brown hits Lowry with his 6th foul, sends him out of the game, and he gets 2 free throws to take a lead late, and he misses both. It goes 7-9. Those are the 2 misses and the most consequential ones you can imagine there. Butler goes down the floor and gets a 3-point play. I believe Tatum turned it over here in the corner, and one of the stories of the game, that was his first real try to get a basket in the second half, and in the fourth quarter, and it came with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, that layup to the rim was like, okay, finally he got on the board. Finally he made a field goal in that fourth quarter. However, where was that before, Bobby? We talked about this a lot during the Celtics postgame show.
1 minute left, he finally shoots.
Listen, whether it's coming out of a timeout by Ime Udoka setting him up, or whether it's him just doing what he's done before when it comes to taking matters into his own hands. And I just felt like he was too passive. He was way too passive when you got the star of the other team going off the way he was. And listen, I'm not saying that he had to get into selfish mode, but you got to pick your spots there, in that fourth quarter. You converted 1 field goal in a game where the Eastern Conference title is in here. The trophy's here, and you had a chance to take it. That opportunity that everyone's been talking about leading into this one, is him included, right? This one's not over. Jaylen saying the same thing. Ime saying, look, they have to finish it. They have to get this done, and that's not what happened here in Boston. It's not what happened, and a lot of that had to do with the Miami Heat's heart and grit and the way they really wanted this one. But also, I just felt like the Celtics I felt like the Celtics didn't take a full advantage of those opportunities with someone like Jayson Tatum, who's been playing as one of the best players in this playoffs. I didn't see it tonight.
Yeah, and no sense of urgency until late. Again, I think Grant Williams has talked about this, and we'll get into Tatum and Brown in our next video, but it doesn't necessarily have to be Tatum shooting to impact the game, but he's got to be on the ball, controlling it, limiting the turnovers. He has 7 in this one, and making plays at the very least. And part of him making plays is being a threat himself, and he allowed himself to essentially get taken out of the game. I have some more thoughts on that, but we'll get to that in our next video here. But the closing stretch there, few key sequences, a missed challenge from Ime on Grant Williams' 5th foul, 3-point play from Butler over the top of him there. That was a key moment, as well as the refs overturning Brown's 2 free throws down the stretch that could have got the Celtics within 2 with about 12 seconds left.
And then he fouls out.
And he fouls out on that same play. So it's another turnover, essentially, there, and an offensive rebound. You had shot clock violations in this one. You had Horford uncharacteristically turn the ball over, sending Butler out in transition. So everybody was at fault here. But what do you do to stop the turnovers here?
You just have to be careful with the ball, honestly. I thought a lot of those passes were lazy. I felt like guys weren't coming to the passes where Jimmy Butler was able to get into those passing lanes easily, and he wasn't the only one. I just think the Celtics can't be so lethargic, can't be so careless, essentially, with the basketball, especially when they're in that mode where the ball's whipping, left to right, everyone's getting their touches in, looking for those open shots. We saw that a lot in Miami, in Game 6, or excuse me, Game 5. And, I just thought the Celtics would revert to that. It's like the halftime speech wasn't there this time around, right? Like the halftime speech that turned into that third quarter, huge third quarter.
The start of the third was a mess.
No, I'm saying like last game.
Yeah.
Like, last game it was this speech that happened at halftime where everyone flipped the switch coming out of break. That wasn't the case in Game 6 for the Celtics.
Nope, and they lose 111-103. We're heading down to Miami. Join us as we shoot down there for a Game 7 that we weren't expecting. Winner take all to go to the NBA Finals. Josue Pavon, Bobby Manning. We're brought to you by Com. You need it tonight. I know you do. Com.com/garden. 40% off a premium subscription. You'll certainly need it if things go wrong on Sunday, so get it now, just in case. I'm sure you'll need it anyway to get some extra sleep with these late tip-offs, and meditation during your day if you're stressed out, lean that tip-off. And, of course, HelloFresh. HelloFresh.com/playoff16. Get yourself 16 free meals. 3 free gifts when you try HelloFresh. That's HelloFresh.com/playoff16. We will see you down.
Stuck on win 11.
On South Beach. CLNS Media, Celtics All Access. We'll preview that Game 7 in our next video.